Hello everyone, welcome to the session of Animal Kingdom NEET PYQs. Disclaimer: the images, text and other material used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that the parts of the content may have been generated using the generative AI, which is totally experimental. So today's session learning objective: to practice and master the core concepts covered in the NEET PYQs from the chapter Animal Kingdom. So let us take the first question. Which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda? Right? So this question is from the NCERT section 4.2.7 and the options are as follows: A. Chitinous exoskeleton, B. Metameric segmentation, C. Parapodia, D. Jointed appendages. Means out of the four features that are given in the option, one does not belong to the phylum Arthropoda. Does not. Which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda, right? So that you have to tell. Chitinous exoskeleton, metameric segmentation, parapodia, jointed appendages. So you can solve the question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Okay, so let us see the correct answer. Which of the following feature is not present in the phylum Arthropoda? So the option C, Parapodia. Parapodia we do not see in the case of Arthropoda. Parapodia we saw in the case of one of the member of the annelids, and that member name is Nares. So let us see the solution part. All arthropods possess a stiff exoskeleton, external skeleton composed of primarily of chitin, right? So they are having the exoskeleton and that is primarily composed of the substance chitin. Okay, they are having this exoskeleton made up of the polysaccharide that is called as chitin. That we see in the case of arthropod, and that is the one of the very important feature of the arthropods. Arthropods divided into segments. Their body are divided into segments. Yes, and there is a repetition of some of the organs repeated in the segments. Parapodia are paired lateral appendages extending from the body segment. So they are the lateral appendages extending from the body segment. This is not a feature of like Arthropoda. We do not see parapodia in the case of Arthropoda. Arthropod appendages may be either biramous, that is the branched, or uniramous, unbranched, right? So that we see in the case of arthropods. Jointed appendages, and they do not possess the jointed appendage. They do possess jointed appendages, right? Which among these is the correct combination of aquatic mammals? Next question is, this is coming from the NCERT section 4.2.11.3. So which among these is the correct combination of aquatic mammals? So let us see the options. A. Dolphin, seals and trigon. B. Whales, dolphin and seals. C. Trigon, whales and seals. D. Seals, dolphins and sharks. So you have to tell the combination, the correct combination of the aquatic mammals. The mammals that are present in the aquatic environment. So out of which option, out of the given option, which option is showing only the aquatic mammals. Okay. So you can solve this question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Okay. Let us move to the answer part of this question. Which among these is the correct combination of the aquatic mammals? So the correct answer is option B. Option B shows the three animals, that is whales, dolphin and seals, right? These are the aquatic mammals. Let us see the solution part of this question. Shark and trigon, the other option that is having either trigon or the shark, right? So these are the members of the cartilaginous fish. These are the cartilaginous fish, right? The rest of the options are having either the shark and trigon or the trigon along with the other two mammals. So these two are the members of the cartilaginous fish, right? They are not mammals. While whale, dolphin and seals are the aquatic mammals that belongs to the class Mammalia. That belongs to the class Mammalia, right? So these questions are very important. Sometimes they could be asked like they could give the different options having the different members, and they could ask that to porifera which of the following animals belong, which of the option that is showing only the poriferans. So they could give 2-3 examples in the option. So that is why the examples of the phylum are very, very important. Next question. An important characteristic that hemichordates share with the chordates is, means the characteristic that is common to hemichordates and chordates. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2.11. Let us see the option of this question. A, ventral tubular nerve cord, presence of ventral tubular nerve cord. B, pharynx with the gill slits, pharynx with the gill slits. C, pharynx without gill slits, and D, absence of the notochord. So hemichordates, they are not, they are the non-chordates, right? And chordates are very different. You all know the different features of the chordates, right? So they are having absence of this. The 4 different options are here. You have to select the characteristic that is common to hemichordates and the chordates. Okay, so let us see the correct option. So you can solve this question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us see your the answers are correct or not. Yes, answers are correct. An important characteristic that hemichordates share with the chordate is pharynx with the gill slits. Yes, pharynx with the gill slits. Option B is correct. Let us see the explanation part. Pharyngeal gill slits are present in the hemichordates and in the chordates. So this, the gill slits, the slits like portion, okay, in the region of the this pharynx, okay, the gill slits are present, and that is meant for the process of exchange of gases. Notochord is present in chordates only. So presence of the notochord is only the feature of the chordates. They are not found in the hemichordate. Instead of notochord, they are having the stomochord. Ventral tubular nerve cord is present in the non-chordates. Okay, it is not present in the chordate region, not in the ventral region. Next question. In the case of poriferans, the spongocele is lined with the flagellated cell called. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2.1. So options for these questions are as follows. A, oscula. A, oscula. B, coinocytes. C, mesenchymal cells, and D, ostia, right? So you have to tell the name of this flagellated cell that is present in the internal lining of the spongiocele cavity. Spongiocele cavity is lined with which type of cells, and then they are the cells that are present is flagellated. So you can solve the question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us move to the answer part of this question. In case of poriferans, the spongiocele is lined with the flagellated cells and that is called as B coinocytes. Okay, spongiocele internal lining is lined with the one of the flagellated cell. Okay, a type of flagellated cells. Yes, and that is also called as collar cells. Commonly, these coinocytes are called as collar cells, right? So in poriferans, sponges, coinocyte, collar cells form the lining of the spongiocele. Okay. So in the case of poriferans, or poriferans are commonly called as sponges also. So they are having this coinocytes, collar cells, and that is present in the internal lining of the spongiocele cavity. Internal lining of the spongiocele cavity. Flagella present in the collar cells provide circulation to water in the water canal system, and these coinocytes, they are having a very special feature that they are flagellated. So they are having the flagella. And that flagella helps in the movement of water. There is a continuous movement of the flagella and that allow the water to move from the spongiocele cavity toward the ostial region. The opening, that is the top opening, that is called as ostia. So now the water comes from the pore, that is called as ostia. Water move inside the spongiocele cavity. Okay, a new water like comes inside the spongiocele cavity, and again due to the beating of this flagella, the water moves out through the osculum. So this current of water movement is done by maintained by the help of this coinocyte cells or the collar cells, because they are having the beating of this flagella, right? Okay, let's move to our next question. Next question is, identify the vertebrate group of animals characterized by the crop and gizzard in its digestive system. So one of the animal that is having crop and gizzard in their digestive system, presence of crop and gizzard in their digestive system, and that particular animal belongs to the vertebrate group, right? So this question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2.11.6, right? And the options are as follows: A, amphibia. Option A, amphibia. B, reptilia. C, osteichthyes. And D, aves. Aves means birds, right? So you have to tell the vertebrate group of animals that are having crop and gizzard as a part of their digestive system. So you can solve this question in the given time and then we will check about the correct answer. Let us see the answer part of this question. Identify the vertebrate group of animals characterized by the crop and gizzard in its digestive system, right? So the correct answer is yes, option D, aves. Aves is the correct answer of this question. Let us see the explanation part. The digestive tract of aves has additional chambers in their digestive system as a crop and gizzard, right? So these birds the birds or the aves, they are having digestive tract, and in their digestive tract they are having some additional chambers that is not present in generally the other organism, right? So they are having this crop and gizzard as an additional chamber, So the crop is concerned with the storage of food grain, right? You must have seen that the birds initially eat the seeds very quickly, very quickly. They store the food grains in their crop region, right? Whereas gizzard is a masticatory organ in the birds used to crush food, the grains. So this gizzard, they are having this is meant for like masticatory organ. What is the function of what is the meaning of this masticatory? The seeds are crushed in such a way that it become a paste like substance, right? So crushing of the food is there. They also take away some pebbles, and in these pebbles reaches to the small pebbles. They also reaches in the gizzard, and they also help in the crushing of the food. Yes. So the different features, the other different features of the aves, that they are they are having pneumatic bones, hollow bones that makes them lighter to fly, that helps them to fly, right? And what are the other features? They are poikilotherms. Poikilotherm means cold-blooded. What is the meaning of poikilotherms? And the other features like they are having feathers. Okay, they are having feathers. But this is the very important features that is related to the. So they are also called as ectotherms or the cold-blooded animals. They are also called as ectotherms, poikilotherms, cold-blooded animals, and that means that their body temperature, okay, fluctuate with the surrounding environment. Their body temperature fluctuate with the surrounding environment, right? That is the poikilotherms. They cannot maintain their body temperature. But what about the mammals? Mammals are able to maintain their body temperature. They are able to maintain their body temperature, right? Okay, moving to our next question. Which one of these animal is not a homeotherms? Not a homeotherms, right? This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2.11.5. So let us see the options first of all, and then we will decide that which of the animal is not a homeotherms. So options are as follows: A, Macropus, B, Chilone, C, Pistacula, and D, Camelus. So not a homeotherm. So there are two things that this question is very easy, but without knowing two things, you won't be able to answer the question. The very first thing that you must know about the meaning of homeotherms, and the second thing, the name of the organism given, the scientific name. And that is why I have already told you that, and many times I told you that you must remember the scientific name as well as the common name, right? So here all the names are scientific. Okay. So you can solve this question in the given time, and then we can check out the correct answer. Okay, let us move to the answer part of this question. So which one of these animals is not a homeotherms? Option B, Chilone. Option B, Chilone is not a homeotherm. The two extremes in the animal kingdom are the endothermic homeotherms and the ectothermic poikilotherms. Most animals include human as well as most birds are the endothermic homeotherms, while most fishes, invertebrates, reptiles, amphibians are ectothermic poikilotherms. Chilone turtle, Chilone means turtle, that is the reptilia, which is a poikilotherms or the cold-blooded. Poikilotherms or the cold-blooded, right? So this is the correct answer. Okay. Which of the following animal does not undergo metamorphosis? Does not undergo metamorphosis. NCERT section 4.26. This question is coming from this section. Does not undergo metamorphosis. Options are as follows. A. Earthworm. B. Tunicates. C. Starfish. And D. Moth. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis means there must be some larval stages. So from the larval stages, they move to their adult stages. So number of stages you see, there is a young ones, there is sometimes there is an egg. If it is an oviparous organism, okay, there is a larval stage, then comes the adulthood stage. So this changing from the larval to the adulthood stage, that is called as metamorphosis. So which of the following animal does not undergo the metamorphosis, right? Okay. Sometimes the question seems to be very easy, but at that questions only the students do the mistakes, right? Let us see the answer. Okay, so you got a time to check out the correct answer. Okay, let us move to the answer part of this question. Yes. Which of the following animal does not undergo metamorphosis? In the case of earthworm, there is no larval stages. No larval stages. Metamorphosis refers to the transformation of larva into adult. Animals that perform the metamorphosis are said to have indirect development. Indirect development means I've already told you that there's a formation of larval stage, and this larva slowly and slowly transformed into the adulthood. Okay, adult organism. Metamorphosis include in insects the transformation of a maggot into an adult fly and a caterpillar into a butterfly, and in amphibians the changings of a tadpole into a frog. Starfish do not have the larval, they do have the larval stage, but what it is asked here, does not undergo metamorphosis. The organism that does not undergo metamorphosis. Starfish have the larval stage, and what is the peculiar thing about this larval stage? What is the peculiar thing about the larval stage? Bilateral symmetry. And when this larva transformed into the adulthood, it shows the radial symmetry. So this shows, this particular point is mentioned in the NCERT, and this shows that the starfish having the larval stage. But here it is asked, do not undergo metamorphosis. It means do not have larval stage. The organism that do not have any larval stage will not undergo metamorphosis, right? So earthworm is not having any larval stages. So metamorphosis include in insects, that is the transformation of maggot into the adult fly, caterpillar into butterfly, and in case of amphibians, changing of the tadpole into the frog. These are some of the examples of the metamorphosis. In earthworm, development is direct. It means no larval stage we see in the case of earthworm. So which no larval stage, and there no larval stage are there, and hence no metamorphosis, right? Okay, let's move to our next question. Consider the following features. What are the features? Let us see that. First, organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. Second, bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. Third, true coelomate with segmentation of the body. Okay, so we got this. Now, what is the question asked here? These are the different features. Select the correct option of the animal group which possesses all the above the characteristic. Okay, you have to select the group of the organism that is given in the option that is showing all the other features. Features like organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, true coelomate with the segmentation body. Okay, so the options are as follows: A. Annelida, Arthropoda and Chordata. B. Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. C. Arthropoda, Mollusca and Chordata. And D. Annelida, Mollusca and Chordata. You can solve this question and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us move to the answer part of this question. So this was our question and the correct answer is Annelida, Arthropoda and Chordata. Organ system of organization. Organ system of organization, bilateral symmetry and true coelomates with the segmented body are found in the annelids, arthropods and chordates. In mollusca, the body is unsegmented. The body is unsegmented. There is no segmentation we see in the case of mollusca, right? So that could not be the correct answer. The correct answer is option A. Let's move to the next question. Match the column type of question. Match the following organism with their respective characteristics. This question is coming from the section NCERT section 4.2.8. Organism is given in one of the column and characteristics are given in the second column. So let us see what are the organism. A. Pila, B. Bombyx, C. Pleurobrachia and D. Taenia. Characteristics: first, flame cells, second, complates, third, radula and fourth, Malpighian tubules. So select the correct options from the following. So we are having the 4 different options after the matching. So you can match the column 1 with the column 2 or the organism with their characteristic and then you can opt the correct option. You can opt the correct option in the given time. Okay, let us move to the answer part of this question and let us see which option is correct. Yes, the option B is correct. See, Pila. Pila is having radula as a rasping organ. So you will match Pila with the radula. Option 3. Okay. Bombyx. Bombyx belong to it is a silkworm. Arthropods. And arthropods are having Malpighian tubules as an excretory organ. So Malpighian tubules. Yes. Pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia is a ctenophora. Belongs to the phylum Ctenophora. So they are having the complates. So Pleurobrachia will have the complates. Taenia solium, that belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. And Platyhelminthes are having flame cells as an excretory organ. So that will be Taenia matched with the flame cells. So A third, B fourth, C 2 and D 1 is the correct match. Let us see the explanation part. Pila is a member of mollusca and mollusca, the mouth contain a rasping organ that is feeding. It is helpful for the feeding. Okay. So that particular organ is called as radula. Radula. It is a rasping organ present in the mouth. B. Bombyx is an arthropods, and in the bombyx, excretion takes place through the Malpighian tubules. Malpighian tubule is responsible for the excretion process. Pleurobrachia is a ctenophore. Pleurobrachia is a type of a ctenophore, that is a member of the ctenophora, and the body bears 8 external rows of the ciliated comb plates. They are having ciliated comb plates, which helps in the process of locomotion. These ciliated comb plates are locomotory organ in the case of ctenophorans. And Taenia solium is an example of platyhelminths. It is having an specialized cells that is called as flame cells, and they are present, okay, in platyhelminthes, which help in the process of osmoregulation and excretion. They help in the process of excretion. The unique mammalian characteristics are unique mammalian characteristic are. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. Options are as follows. A. Hairs, tympanic membrane and mammary glands. B. Hairs, pinna and mammary glands. C. Hair, pinna and indirect development. D. Hair, monocondylic skull and the mammary glands. So you can solve this question and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us move to the answer part of this question. The unique mammalian characteristics are, so the mammalians are having hairs on their body. They are having many hairs on their body. They are also having the external ear that is called as pinna. External ear that is called as pinna. Okay, and they are also having the mammary glands. So these are the some of the unique features or the unique characteristics of the phylum Mammalia. These three features are exclusively found in mammals and distinguish them from all other animal groups. Okay, other animal groups do not have these features. So these features are only found in the case of mammals. Hairs are keratinized structures that helps in insulation and the temperature regulation. So the presence of hairs on the body, this is a very unique feature of the mammals. Okay, it is helping as a process of insulation, and also regulation of temperature. External pinna or external ear helps in collecting and directing the sound waves to the middle ear, enhancing the hearing ability. So you must be looking at your ears. You can look at your ears. That is the external ear. That part is called as the external ear. Okay, you can see the different articulations of the cartilage in your external ear. So they are not like in just a way, but yes, they have a certain like features in that way. So they do what? They can collect the different waves coming from the distance places in your ear. They just they just fall on your external ear, and they all directed to move inside the hole that is present in the ear. That is inside the eustachian tube, inside your ear, right? So they are very, very important, and this is the feature of the mammals. Mammary glands are the specialized exocrine gland that produce milk for nourishing offspring, defining feature of the mammal. So this is an exocrine gland, right? Exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Two types of glands are there. What is the difference? Endocrine glands secrete out their secretion directly into the blood. They pour all the secretion directly into the blood. But in the case of exocrine gland. The secretions are released in the form of tubes and then they reaches to their destination, like they have to reach to a certain point. So that secretions reaches to that particular point with the help of tube like structure. So that is called as exocrine gland. They produces milk and that milk is used for nourishing their offsprings. So these are the defining features of the mammals. While the tympanic membrane, that is the option A, is found in a various vertebrates and the monocondylic skull, that is option C, in characteristic of the birds and reptile. Mammals are having the dicondylic skull. A combination of hairs, pinna and the mammary gland is the unique features to mammals. Next question, select the correct statement with reference to the chordates. Okay, select the correct statement with reference to the chordates, and this question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. So let us see the statement. First, presence of mid-dorsal solid and the double notochord. Second, presence of the closed circulatory system. Third, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Fourth, presence of dorsal heart. Fifth, triploblastic pseudocoelomate animals. So choose the correct answer from the options given below. So we are having the sum of the options. So option A, first, third and fourth only. And according to the option B, second and third options are correct. According to the option C, second, fourth and fifth are correct. And according to the option D, third, fourth and fifth only. So you can solve the question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us see the answer part of this question. So this was our question. Select the correct statement with reference to the chordates. So the correct answer is option B, second and third only. Second and third only. So presence of mid-dorsal solid and the double notochord. This is the double notochord. Double notochord is not present. So this is the incorrect. And second option, let us see, presence of closed circulatory system. Yes, the chordates are having the closed circulatory system. Option 3, statement 3, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slit. Yes, it is found in the chordates. And fourth, presence of dorsal heart. Dorsal heart, it is ventral heart. Triploblastic pseudocoelomate animals, they are triploblastic but they are not pseudocoelomate. Pseudocoelomate is only the Aschelminthes, right? So they are true coelom, so it means they are eucoelomate animals. Let us see the explanation part. Among the given statement about the chordates, only the statement 2, that is the presence of closed circulatory system, and statement 3, presence of a paired pharyngeal gill slits, are accurate. Statement 1 is incorrect because the notochord is single, not double. And statement 4 is wrong because the chordates have a ventral heart, not a dorsal one. Statement 5 is incorrect because the chordates are the triploblastic coelomate animal, not the pseudocoelomate. They are coelomate animals. The presence of closed circulatory system and the pharyngeal gill slits at least during some stages of the development. So the chordates, we do not see the pharyngeal gill slits at the adulthood stage, but yes, at the embryonic stage we can see this pharyngeal gill slits. They are present there. So they are indeed the characteristic feature of the chordates, making the option B is the only correct choice. Let us move to the next question. Radial symmetry is not found in the adults of the phylum. Radial symmetry is not found in adults of phylum. NCERT section 4.2. This question is coming from that section and the options are A, Ctenophora, B, Hemichordata, C, Coelenterata and D, Echinodermata. So radial symmetry is not found in the adults of which phylum? You can solve this question in the given time and then we can check out the correct answer. Let us see the correct answer. Radial symmetry is not found in the adults of phylum. While echinodermate larvae exhibit the bilateral symmetry, the adult echinoderms display the pentamerous 5-part radial symmetry, not the true radial symmetry. It is not the true radial symmetry. Interestingly, the transition from the bilateral to the pentamerous symmetry, the development is unique in the animal kingdom. This is a very unique feature of the animal kingdom. Adult ctenophores A show the biradial symmetry and the adult hemichordate show the bilateral symmetry, right? And the adult coelentrates cnidarians display the radial symmetry. Okay. Next question is here. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. So let us see the assertion. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. And the reason, let us see the reason. Notochord is replaced by the vertebral column in the adult vertebrates. The option for these questions are, in the light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. A, both assertion and reason are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. B, assertion is correct, but the reason is not correct. C, assertion is not correct, but the reason is correct. D, both assertion and reason are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So you can solve this question in the given time and then we will check out the correct answer. Let us move to the answer part of this question. So this was our question. Given below are the two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the second is as a reason. So all vertebrates are chordate, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Notochord is replaced by the vertebral column in the adult vertebrates. So both assertion and reason are correct and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So option D is correct. Let us see the explanation part. The members of the subphylum Vertebrata possesses notochord during their embryonic period. In the embryonic period, they possesses this notochord. The notochord is replaced by the cartilaginous or the bony vertebral column in the adult. And thus all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Next question is here. In which of the following animals digestive tract has additional chambers like crop and gizzard? This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. Crop and gizzard. So you have to select the group of the members, okay, that showing this crop and gizzard. So A, Bufo, Balenoptera, Bengarus. B, Catla, Columba and Crocodilus. C, Pavo, Pistacula and Corvus. D, Corvus, Columba and Chameleon. So you can solve this question in the given time and then we will check out the correct answer. Okay, let us move to the correct answer. In which of the following animals digestive tract has the additional chambers like crop and gizzard? And one of the question in the starting of this session, we have one question that asked about which of the following group of the organism is having the crop and gizzard. So there was, the answer was aves, that is the birds. So these are the birds, Pavo, Pistacula and Corvus. peacock, parrot and crow, all are birds. So the digestive tracts of bird has additional chambers that is called as crop and gizzard. Okay, the digestive tracts of the birds, they are having the additional chambers, and these chambers are crop and gizzards. Examples are corvus, that is called as crow, columba, that is called as pigeon, pistacula, that is called as parrot, struthio, ostrich, pavo, peacock, aptenoides, penguin, and nephron, vulture. So that is why I am telling you that knowing the scientific name is very, very important. So you must remember all the scientific name as well as the common names, right? Okay, let us move to the next question. Exoskeleton of arthropod is composed of. Exoskeleton of the arthropod is composed of. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. Options are as follows. Options are as follows. A. Cellulose. B. Chitin. B. Chitin. C. Glucosamine. And D. Cutin. So in the given time, you can solve this question and come up with the correct answer. Let us see the correct answer. So exoskeleton of the arthropod is composed of chitin. The chitin material is there, that is present in their exoskeleton. Okay. Chitin is a type of carbohydrate, a type of polysaccharide that makes the exoskeleton of the arthropodons. So let us see the solution part. Exoskeleton of the arthropod is made up of chitin, right? Exoskeleton of the arthropod is made up of chitin. Exoskeleton of arthropod is primarily composed of chitin, which is a long chain polymer of N-acetylglucosamine, a modified glucose molecule. This is a modified glucose molecule. This tough, flexible material forms the main structural component of the arthropod skeleton, providing protection and support while allowing the movement. So this is a very tough, flexible material, the chitin, and that makes the structural component of the arthropod exoskeleton, right? And that provide the protection and support to the organism and helpful in the process of movement in their body. Chitin is composed with the proteins and sometimes minerals to create the complex material that is called as cuticle. So like again this question is coming and it is having the scientific name. So what you can do to remember this, every day give some time to revision, or you can make some sort of chart. You can write the phylum name, you can write the name of the scientific name of the organism as well as their common name, right? And read it every day. After 10 days you will see that you are knowing all the scientific name with their common names, right? Try this. Okay. Which one of the following organism bears hollow pneumatic long bones? Options: Ornithorhynchus, B. Neophron, C. Hemidactylus, and D. Macropus. Okay, the four options are here and you have to select the correct one. And what you have to select the correct one? The organism that bears hollow and pneumatic long bones. So you can solve this question in the given time. and then we will check out the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the correct answer. So which one of the following organism bears the hollow and the pneumatic long bones? B option is correct. Neophron. Neophron is the correct option. Hollow and the pneumatic long bones are present in the animals that belongs to the class aves. Aves means birds. And neophron, that is commonly called as vulture. So vulture is a bird, right? So this is going to be the correct answer because the birds do possesses pneumatic and the long bones, hollow and pneumatic long bones, right? Ornithorhynchus, duckbill platypus and macropus kangaroo, these are both mammals. Okay, this ornithorhynchus duckbill platypus, it lay eggs. The mammal that lay eggs, this is exception. Macropus kangaroo, they are marsupials. They are having the pouch in which they keep their young ones because their young ones are not very much developed at the time of birth. So they keep their young ones in their pouch, and that is why they are called as marsupials, right? Ornithorhynchus duckbill platypus, this is a egg-laying mammals. So that is why I'm telling you again and again, knowing the scientific name is very, very important. Hemidactylus wall lizard, this is the member of class Reptilia. This is the member of class Reptilia, okay? Okay, coming to our next question. Match the following. NCERT section 4.2. This question is coming from the NCERT section 4.2. We are having the two lists, list 1 and list 2. The list 1 is having the names of organism, and list 2 is the feature or the common name. So A, Phycelia, B, Limulus, C, Ankylostoma, D, Pinctada. List 2. First, pearl oyster. Second, Portuguese man of war. Third, living fossil. And fourth is the hookworm. So you have to match the items that is given in the list 1 and list 2, and then you can select according to your match. You can select the correct option. Okay, the option that is showing the correct match. So you can solve the question in the given time, and then we will discuss about the correct answer. Okay, let's see the correct answer. So this is the question, list 1 and list 2. You have to match it, and the correct answer is option D. Option D. So A2 means Phycelia. Phycelia common name is Portuguese man of war. Portuguese man of war, right? And option B, Limulus, living fossil. It is a living fossil. C, Ankylostoma, commonly it is called as hookworm. And D, Pinctada is commonly known as pearl oyster, right? Let us see the explanation part. Phycelia is a marine hydrozoans, and it is generally found in the Atlantic Ocean and in the Indian Ocean. And it is also known as Portuguese man of war or the blue bottle jellyfish. These are the common name of the Phycelia, right? Limulus, it is also known as king crab, and it is considered as a living fossil. Pinctada is named as a pearl oyster, and the Ankylostoma is called hookworm. So this is all about today's session. Thank you very much for attending today's session. We will meet again. Okay. So till then, take care and goodbye.